The Baofeng UV-5R. It's your foot in the door when it comes to emergency communications in an SHTF scenario. This Urban Sentinel, let's get into it. So, not that long ago, I ordered a pair of these through Amazon. It is a portable handheld ham radio system. This is the Baofeng UV-5R. It's basically the entry-level to ham radio operations, and I decided to get that because I actually don't have any handheld ham radios. I've got FRS radios, I've got CB radios, I've got handheld scanners, and I've got base operation radios, but I don't have anything that's small enough and portable that I can take with me and utilize in a longer communications operation or scenario. Now, this radio set came in this box, 2 radios and a series of accessories. Let's take a look at what they got. So first up, the radio unit itself. Now, this is just the transmitter and the receiver. Then you also have the battery, which it slots into it and closes in here. This is a long antenna for extra, more sensitive reception, and then a short rubber ducky antenna. A clip to utilize on the back of the actual battery, so you can belt clip it. This is both an earpiece and a microphone setup, and it plugs into it. Comes with a charging base and the power cord, and of course the user manual. And this is one of the radios fully assembled and put together. Really, after you've effectively, the hardest part is the 2 mounting screws are mounted in the back of the battery. You have to unscrew those and then press the clip on it, hold it down, put a screw in, and word of advice, either magnetize your screwdriver tip or do it over napkins, paper towels, something like that, so that way you don't inadvertently drop the screw and have it roll across the floor and almost go underneath your freezer. Not that I'm saying that happened, but I'm just saying so it doesn't for you. So after getting the clip mounted, the antenna itself actually just screws right in. Thread in the lanyard if you want to. Now, the basic outside features that you're going to see, this is the power on and volume control. Right now I have it on the National Weather Channel, the NOAA station. You've got a call button, push to talk. This little button down here is actually for a flashlight. If I turn it on, then flashlight. So you have single beam, but you also have a strobe for emergency signaling. Now,
throughout the area, skies range from mostly sunny.
Overall, it is relatively easy to operate, but I definitely suggest, and because I haven't used one like this in quite a while, go through the manual. And the manual, it's actually pretty easy. It breaks down everything about it into basic sections and then gives you charting and reference material so you know what you're looking at. Once you've gotten effectively comfortable with the basic functions, you start exploring and you start finding out everything that this can do. Now, right off the top, you're going to say, is this the best handheld ham system that there is? No, it's not. This set was $22, I believe, through Amazon. I'll put a link in the description or down below in the comments section. But it is a starter set. It's functional and it works and it gets you going. Now, I did a video that ties into the uses of amateur radio, ham radio, and the scenarios and things like that. I'll leave that at the end of this video. But it's a good way to get started. Now, you can buy the FRS, the family radio systems, the basically family band radios, and they are one step above the old-fashioned walkie-talkies. You have several frequencies and you can save several channels and dedicate those, but you're operating with very low power and you have a limited range. Most of those FRSs have anywhere from 1 to 2 miles of solid range. Sometimes you can get a little bit more depending upon the environment around you, but they are designed not to be able to do long range transmission. Now with this handheld system, yes, the power is still on a lower level, but it's a bit more than the FRS. And even swapping out for the antenna is primarily going to give you better reception, especially for weaker signals. It's not specifically going to give you more power because it's not a boosted antenna, so your maximum output is still going to remain the same. However, for the purpose of being in a long-term grid down scenario, especially when landlines are not working, cable internet is not working, cell phone towers are not working, this is going to be a benefit to you. This is going to be, at least at the minimum, enable you to receive, listen to, and disseminate information coming in from other sources, whether it be law enforcement, fire, medical, Amtrak transmission, what have you, the FAA at airports and things like that. You'll be able to pick up multiple frequencies. Now, to clarify, you're not going to be able to hear everything. This has a limited frequency range, but there are repeaters and transmitters that transmit within those frequencies, and there are a lot of private businesses that also operate within those frequencies that you'll be able to tune into. But part of that comes from, you'd have to look at the current FCC transmission list or station list. Those actually identify registered radio stations, repeaters, and transmitters, and the frequencies that they operate on and who owns them. So you can begin to get an idea of who's transmitting what around you. I mean, you can even pick up something, it seems trivial, but you can pick up, in many cases, the headsets that drive-through workers use at fast food restaurants. So you're picking up their radio transmissions. You can pick up small little things like that. It's almost like when the baby monitor ends up picking up some strange conversation and you're not sure where it came from, but it's because someone was transmitting with a slightly more powerful transmitter somewhere nearby. So for under $30, I was able to get 2 radios, charging stations, the earpieces, everything that I would need, that if I'm in one of those SHTF, I need to get out and do some recon, but I need to make sure that I can communicate with people back here in my household. Having this is going to give me a better sense of security, knowing that I can definitely reach them and they can communicate with me. So again, it's something to think about, something to consider. If you don't have some type of radio communication, I do suggest you get something. No matter what, there's going to be a point where you want to make sure that you can get information in and keep maintaining some level of communication out when necessary. And looking at it this way, things right now, they're not going to get better. So I would definitely suggest having something that is a benefit to you in your emergency preps and situation. Learn it, practice with it, get the skills with it. If you choose to get your amateur radio license, hey, that's even better, because that again becomes a force multiplier in your entire arsenal, something that you can build upon. Because even if you're not going to use it on a regular basis, knowing how to use it, understanding the functions of everything that you need to do, how to work with the radio, knowing the radio's limitations as well as yours, makes you much more better at, well, surviving. So please like this video, check out these next videos coming up, and I'll catch you in the next one.